Hello friends. You are welcome to Leadership Go with the Brainy Leadership Team. I'm Michael Brainy, and thanks for joining us today too. So we pick up from where we left off in our last episode, and we were saying that God is the one who brings the idea of leadership, and leadership is God's way, because in the first place He created His own domain or place of rulership and placed man there. And we understood that before He placed man there, He made man in His likeness and in His image. In other words, God wants man to rule as He would have done. So we want to look today at man and leadership. Man and leadership. Last week we looked at God and leadership. Now man is in the picture. What is man's role in leadership? It's just like you have an uncle who has given you a position in a reputable organization to function. Now, any action or anything you are going to do, even instead of thinking about yourself, you begin to think about whoever gave you that role. What is the implication? What is it going to happen to that person or to me or to the company he has given to me to handle or whatever he's asked me to do? It's the same way. In other words, what you are trying to do is to appreciate what that relative has given to you to do. The same way in the lens of leadership, the best way man can lead is to first acknowledge that he is actually represents somebody on earth and is leading for somebody. And also has to appreciate that it's a privilege given man to lead. This alone humbles you to the level that you are able to perform your roles. Another thing we have to realize when we come to looking at man and leadership is that after some time, there was decentralization of leadership to the extent that now somebody began to cultivate crops and somebody began to rear animals. What picture we are trying to paint is that now we have different areas that man is supposed to lead or man is supposed to dominate. So we acknowledge that God is our source. God is the owner of leadership. Leadership is God's idea, and it's a privilege He has given us to dominate this earth. But then we move ahead and acknowledge the fact that there are decentralizations. There are areas that He wants each and every man to function in. So actually, when we talk about man and leadership, we are just looking at man in perspective, who is committed to a particular area God has given him to function. That is the lens of man and leadership. We are going to pick it up from here in our next episode. For today, I just want you to understand that one, acknowledge that leadership is God's idea. God is the source, and see it as a privilege to represent Him in leadership. Two, know that God has now decentralized leadership. Leadership is not a one-way thing. It is now decentralized. So there is an area man is supposed to function in. So you find that area and work within that particular area. In our next episode, we are going to talk about the area itself and the leadership man is playing in it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Leadership Go. If you haven't subscribed, as always, subscribe. If you have, also share with friends, recommend this to friends. Let's learn and build a community of leaders together. Thank you. See you in our next episode.